What if I told you that some of the most dangerous forms of control don't come through force? They come through words, through silence, through guilt, through confusion. Manipulation is not always obvious. It doesn't always look cruel. Sometimes it looks like care. Sometimes it sounds like concern. Sometimes it feels like love. And that is exactly what makes it so dangerous. Because by the time most people realize they're being manipulated, their confidence is already weaker, their judgment is clouded, and their emotions are no longer fully their own. In this video, we'll uncover the dark psychology of manipulation, the hidden 6 tactics manipulators use to control your thoughts, emotions, and decisions. And at the end of this video, I'll also tell you how you can protect yourself from them. Why manipulation works. To understand manipulation, you first need to understand one thing. Human beings are emotional before they are logical. Manipulators understand this very well. That is why manipulation often targets your need for approval, your fear of losing someone, your desire to avoid conflict, your empathy, your self-doubt, and your emotional weaknesses. In simple words, manipulation works because it uses your own emotions against you. The more emotionally reactive you become, the easier you are to control. Gaslighting. One of the darkest manipulation tactics is gaslighting. Gaslighting is when someone makes you question your own memory, perception, or reality. They may say things like, "That never happened," "You're overreacting," "You always imagine things," "You're too sensitive," "You remembered it wrong." At first, these phrases may seem small, but over time, they create deep confusion. You begin to doubt what you saw, what you heard, what you felt, and eventually, what you know. That is the power of gaslighting. It weakens your trust in yourself. And once you stop trusting yourself, you become more dependent on the manipulator's version of reality. That is why gaslighting is so dangerous. It is not just lying, it is psychological destabilization. The goal is not only to win an argument, the goal is to make you easier to control. Guilt tripping. Another common tactic is guilt tripping. This happens when someone makes you feel responsible for their emotions, problems, or disappointment in order to pressure you into doing what they want. They may say, "After everything I've done for you, I guess I just don't matter to you. If you really cared, you would do this. You've changed. Notice what's happening here." Instead of respecting your boundary, they make your boundary feel like cruelty. Instead of asking honestly, they emotionally punish you for saying no. That's manipulation. Triangulation. Another dark tactic is triangulation. This is when a manipulator brings a third person into the situation to create pressure, jealousy, insecurity, or false validation. They may say, "Other people agree with me. Even they think you're wrong. No one else has a problem with this. My ex understood me better than you do." The purpose of triangulation is not clarity. It is control. This shifts power away from truth and toward pressure. Triangulation is especially effective in relationships, workplaces, and family dynamics because it disturbs trust and creates emotional instability. The silent treatment. Now let's talk about one of the most emotionally painful tactics, the silent treatment. Silence can be healthy when someone needs space to calm down. But manipulative silence is different. It is not used for reflection. It is used as punishment. A manipulator may suddenly withdraw, stop responding, become cold, or act emotionally distant, not to solve the issue, but to make you anxious. And for many people, that anxiety becomes unbearable. You start replaying everything. You wonder what you did wrong. You feel the urge to fix things quickly. You chase them emotionally. And that is exactly what the manipulator wants. Confusion as a weapon. One of the most overlooked forms of manipulation is confusion. Many manipulators do not control people by being clear. They control people by being inconsistent. One day they are warm, the next day they are distant. One moment they praise you, the next they criticize you. They send mixed signals, vague messages, half-truths, and emotional contradictions. Confusion creates dependency. It keeps you mentally busy, emotionally unsettled, and easier to influence. How to protect yourself. So how do you protect yourself from manipulation? First, pay attention to patterns, not promises. Manipulators often say the right things. What matters is what they repeatedly do. Second, notice how you feel after interactions. Do you feel clear or confused? Do you feel respected or guilty? Do you feel calm or mentally drained? Your emotional state often reveals what words try to hide. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe to NeuroWhisperX